Hey everyone's Jackel Wolf back in Rustic Waters with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the quest book. Last episode, we did Sluice can play that game. That was to craft a sluice box. We then used that sluice box to basically gather up a bunch of resources using the sand, the gravel, and then the dirt. And then we've got things like our iron rocky chunks, our gold rocky chunks. The copper and the iron are the ones we're going to focus on right away. But we'll actually use a couple of other ones at this episode, because what we're going to do here is we're going to do the License to Kiln. Now, the License to Kiln quest requires us to make a copper furnace, but as you can see over here, this copper furnace can be upgraded into a bunch of better furnaces, which are faster, though some of them do consume more fuel at the same time. But the copper furnace is a furnace surrounded by copper, and then we can upgrade that to an iron furnace by surrounding that one by iron, and then to a silver by surrounding it by silver, a gold by surrounding it by gold, and then either a diamond or a prismarine by surrounding it by either of those two items. The diamond is something we don't have access to quite yet, but that's okay because the quest actually points out the prismarine. When you switch it to the Prismarine Furnace, you gain the ability to smelt 2 items at once, which is very, very handy. We can actually go all the way up to this Prismarine Furnace today, so that is what we're going to do. But to start, what we're going to need to do is to take a look at those 2 items that we're going to start with, which is the iron and the copper. We've got the iron rocky chunks. We've got the copper rocky chunks. We've just got to run them through a furnace, and we end up getting our iron ingots and our copper ingots, which is absolutely perfect. Taking those ingots, we're going to also need a furnace. Now, if you're like me, at this point, I have run out of cobblestone. I don't have any left in me. It was a reward from one of the quests earlier on. What I do have is a bunch of stone. Now, this stone is from the strainers that we've got down here. It is one of the drops. So all I got to do is take that piece of stone and we go turn it into cobblestone. Super easy, little manual, but it is not super, super difficult. But 8 pieces of cobblestone will get you this furnace. Now, it's got a little bit of a different skin on it, but it is your regular vanilla Minecraft furnace. We'll take that furnace, put it into a crafting bench with 8 copper ingots, and that gets us our copper furnace. You can see that is really, really cool. What we want to do right now, like I could actually take this, throw it in here and surround it by iron, and I've got an iron furnace right away. I haven't got the quest yet, so I got to make sure it's in my inventory, exit out from the item. There you go. Quest complete, License to Kiln. We can now go in here, take our copper furnace, upgrade it to an iron furnace. So that is really easy. I've already got those ones there. All I need to do now is to make the silver, to make the gold. Then we've got the prismarine kind of getting built up from the strainers down below. So what we're going to do is I'm going to build myself a couple of vanilla chests and vanilla hoppers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set this up sort of a little bit of a quick automation system. It's not super automated, but it's your standard vanilla automation. I figured it'd be good to kind of show that off here. But to do that, we're going to need a couple of chests. You can see I've got 4 down here already. But I want to make sure everybody's aware that to make the chests, you cannot use your regular crafting table or workbench. You got to do it in the Trader's Workshop. It is the same recipe. It's just the 8 wood planks in the Trader's Workshop with a tool. You don't need any liquid. I've just got some down there from before, but that's how you make yourself a vanilla chest. And then in a regular crafting table or a workbench, we could take those chests and basically make ourselves some hoppers. Now, to do what I'm going to make, we're going to need 3 hoppers, and I'm actually going to need a couple more chests. So I'm going to make those, and then we'll be right back. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the bottom 2 blocks out here. We're going to take 2 chests. We're going to go plop them right there. That's going to be our exit point. That's where our final storage is going to be. Let's also grab this prismarine block here, just to kind of keep it short so I'm not like taking up too much space. We're going to go throw a hopper that goes off into these 2 chests, and then we're going to take this furnace, we're going to put it on top. Now, I can manually go in here and I can throw in, the items that I need and the fuel that I need, and it will basically, work fine. But, that's not super efficient. What we can do is sort of automate this up a little bit. So one thing I'm going to do is from the back, I'm going to throw a hopper here, And then from here, I can fill this up with mini charcoal, and that will automatically feed into the fuel spot down there. And before I forget, quest book open up. We've got that copper furnace complete. Let's hit that claim button. We've now got 64 mini charcoal as well. Let's throw that in there. When this is done filling up, we'll have 2 slots of charcoal here. So it's sort of like a backup slot for charcoal. Same thing up here with the input items. You'll have one row that is actually being, smelted, and then a backup row of stuff that will be smelted sometime in the future. So that is super, super good. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the next hopper. I'm going to place it on top. You can't go into the side for items, unfortunately. You got to come into the top. And then we're going to go and place 2 chests up here. And actually, let's just, again, save on space. We're going to put them like that. And then we can feed all the items we want into this sort of auto smelter. So I'm going to start off with the silver and then the gold. I'm going to leave the rest up here for the moment, because as soon as they're done smelting, I'm going to, take this furnace back. But while this thing here is smelting, we're going to go and grab some prismarine. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to go make another hopper so we can actually hopper out of this, survivalist strainer right into this chest as well. That's going to make things a little bit easier down here. All right, so we're going to go take that out. And there it is. So now we have a little bit of an automated collection system here for the strainers. They'll go throw all that stuff into here. And it's just a little bit extra storage than just what is up here. So we got a little bit more space, and we can actually organize things a little bit better. I'm not going to multiple locations to get the same stuff. So I can go grab my sand, my dirt, my gravel, or say I need some carrots, or if I need some fish or whatever, I can come down. I've got one location to look at, and then everything is really, really good. Okay, so the silver is done smelting up. So we're going to take that up, and then as soon as we get 8 gold, actually we'll wait until we get the gold. Okay, so we've got 9 gold and 15 silver, which is perfect. That's exactly what we need. We're going to go take the smelter back. Oh, I should throw that in there. And then just over here in a regular crafting table, we'll take the iron furnace. We'll surround it by silver ingots. That gets us our silver furnace. We're going to take that one, surrounded by gold ingots. That gets us our gold furnace. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to take that gold, surrounded by prismarine. That gets us our prismarine furnace. Super simple. We've got all the resources already to go up there. It doesn't make sense not to do it. We're going to go place that down there. And what we can do is... Did I lose? I think I lost all that charcoal. I didn't think to check... But it looks like when I broke the furnace, it kept the charcoal in it. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but that's okay. We've got some coal down here, and that should be more than enough to get us started. So we're going to go turn that into mini coal, throw that into the furnace down there, and then we're going to go take all the rest of our stuff, throw it up there, and as you can see, as soon as this top one is full, it'll start putting stuff into the second one, and it's now smelting 2 items at a time, which is really, really cool. Very, very handy. It's going to speed things up quite sufficiently. I could potentially work a way to hook up this sluice right up to that chest. The problem is the sluice, all 3 items that we'll be using right now, which is the dirt, the sand, and the gravel, all have items in there that are non-smeltable. So the ember shard, the flint, and the coal, basically, if any of them made it into here, it would just start gumming things up, which is not what we want. We would need something with some sort of white list for us to keep them out of there, or maybe an even more complex setup than what we got right now. But for now, I think this is a good little setup. It is the automatic furnace, and we can go and sluice our stuff and then immediately throw it into that chest, and it'll automatically turn them into ingots there, and we can actually toss those in there. That's perfect. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. As well, there'll be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content, you want to support, stop by, check it out. There are a lot of great perks, one of which is the Patreon-only server. Right now, we're playing Rise of Technomancy, which is a fun little mod pack. We're about a month into it. We've probably got 1 or 2 more months left on it. Then we might consider moving up to a different pack or something like that. But I'm enjoying it. I think all of the Patreons are enjoying it. So if hanging out with me on the server sounds like a cool idea, stop by, check it out. But that is going to be it. I'll see you guys next time. Good.